Hi y'all, my name is Penelope and I'm running to be the Director of Communications for next semester. A little bit about who I am. Right now I'm a junior, but I'm going to be a senior really soon. I'm a strategic communications major with a concentration in public relations and a minor in marketing. I actually became an AMA member this semester, but I really love being a part of this organization. Here I just wanted to include some photos to show who I am as a person. So as you can see, I love spending time with other people. I am a very social person. I love going to concerts, which can be showcased in the little bottom left. And I love going to student organization events. So the right is basically just dedicated to U of H events. I also do like traveling and just spending time with friends in general. And on the top left, I just have my family there to give them a little shout out, and even bigger shout out to my dog because he looks so happy in that photo and he's actually looking at the camera. As for my AMA experience, I am actually the Director of Communications intern this semester. So I've learned a lot from Janine about what it takes to be the Director of Communications, and I've really enjoyed being an intern this semester. I'm also part of the Big and Little program. My big is actually Alina, and she's been super supportive and helpful this entire semester, so I definitely recommend being in this program. Finally, I am working on the case competition for pods right now, and it has taught me a lot about marketing strategy and everything that goes into it. Just some qualifications. Currently, like I said, I am the Director of Communications intern for AMA. I'm also the treasurer for PRSSA Houston, which is the public relations student organization here on campus. And I was lucky enough to be a counselor for the UH Honors Retreat this past summer, so I got to welcome in the new wave of freshmen. Some skills I have are that I'm highly organized and responsible, as well as having excellent time management. I would like to shout out having a planner for making these skills so much better this semester. I'm also very friendly and I enjoy working with a team. Like I said earlier, I love socializing with people, and this really transfers onto my teamwork skills. Finally, I am creative and passionate about writing. As I said, I am a communications major, so I do a lot of writing and creative elements in my classes, so I really think these skills can be transferred onto this position. So here are some ideas I have for the upcoming semester. The first thing I wanted to point out was color scheme. Right now, AMA has a very modern, neutral toned color scheme that I do enjoy, but I would also add a little bit of color to contrast those neutrals and make presentations look more cheerful and have them pop. So on here, I just added a little coral and a teal just to make it look more lively. So when it comes to the website, I actually think it's very user-friendly, and I think the calendar is updated at least 2 weeks in advance, and those two things I think are great, so I would definitely keep for the next semester. For the upcoming events section on the main page of the website, I would definitely make sure that is updated every week so members know what's coming up. Additionally, I would change the banner for that to make it an AMA event photo, just so it's coherent with the rest of the webpage. And finally, I would also add that color scheme I mentioned earlier to the website. When it comes to the newsletter, I would definitely keep the same user-friendly layout of the newsletter, but I would include some lighter colors to make the newsletter stand out. And also, for the Remind 101, I think it's very important to be a part of it, so I would definitely encourage members to join by keeping it in the newsletter and also at the end of every presentation. Also, it would be nice to have a little personal touch to each message by adding some kind of emoji or emoticon even. So here are some frequently asked questions. How would I communicate to members to let them know that an event has been canceled on the day of? So this is a perfect instance of when Remind would be very useful because I would be able to let members know as soon as possible that an event is no longer happening. I would probably also send a message in the group me just in case people aren't in the Remind. What would I do to make the newsletters more appealing to open and read? So this is an instance where I would want to incorporate that color scheme I mentioned earlier. And to get people to open it and read it, I would maybe suggest having some kind of incentive behind it. Maybe even like a competition, like hiding a secret word in the newsletter, and whoever finds it first and texts either the director of communications or maybe the president and says what the word is, they can get some kind of prize or maybe even membership points. Okay, so with events being held virtually, members rely on the website to be up to date with event information. How would I ensure that the website is up to date and user-friendly for members to find what they're looking for? So I would definitely make sure the website is updated every week, and I would check with the listed events that the AMA officers have created to make sure that is up to date. Also, like I said earlier, I think the website is already user-friendly, but I would make sure that everything is labeled clearly so that members know exactly where they have to go to find information. Each semester, the Director of Design, Communications, and Technology collaborate on a theme for the social media and newsletter. What ideas do you have to make the platforms look visually appealing to members? So I feel like I've said this a lot during this presentation, but I do think that color scheme has a lot to do with visuals. So definitely including that into the platforms and newsletter would be nice. Also, I would maybe add some kind of theme, either per row or per column on the Instagram page, just to make things look coherent and really cute. And finally, I'm sure this is the question that everybody's asking. Why should you vote for me? I think the biggest thing I have to contribute is the fact that I am currently the Director of Communications intern. This means that I already have experience in updating the website, creating the newsletter, making presentations, and running the Remind. This also means that I have experience to make the transition from this semester to next semester run smooth. Additionally, I'm also a very hard worker. I will literally bend over backwards to make sure things are done on time and done well. And finally, another reason you should vote for me is because I am passionate about communications. Not only did I come to U of H knowing that I wanted to study communications for years, but also as soon as I joined AMA and found out there was a Director of Communications and that I could intern for them, I knew that was the place to be. I've learned so much as the intern for the Director of Communications, and I know I can only learn more if I were to actually be the Director of Communications next semester. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation, and remember, vote Penelope Moreno for Director of Communications.